My name is BT and welcome to Transist Yoga. In this video, I will break down for you Warrior 1 or Virabhadrasana 1. As you go through this video, I would like to invite you to turn your attention into discovering what's happening in your muscles and in your joints. So try not to be so fixated on how it should look like, because how it should look like depends on your body type, your body structure, proportions, and orientations. It's not about how it looks, it's about how it feels. So sit back, enjoy your Vajrasana, and try it out when you're ready. From downward facing dog, we're gonna inhale, bring the right leg off the floor, then bend the right knee. Exhale, bring it to the chest as you raise your left heel up. Roll your shoulders forward until they are above your wrist. Round your upper back, push the floor away and slightly lower the right foot down in between your feet, right toes pointing forward. Now we're going to spin the left heel down onto the floor, the left toe pointing out diagonally to the left side. Now let's talk about the relationship between your feet. If your hips are tight, you can have your feet on two parallel lines, hip width distance apart. This makes it easier for you to square the hip but also to find balance in the pose. If your hips allow, you can consider the traditional heel to heel approach where your heels are in one straight line. Whichever approach you choose, think about trying to achieve a muscular engagement, which is much more important than just squaring the hips. From here, draw your navel in, come up to your fingertips, taking the belly slightly away from your right thigh, and then slowly press into both feet to bring your upper body up, facing forward, placing your hands on your hips. From here, let's check our alignment. On the front leg, make sure your right shin bone is in a straight line, more or less perpendicular to the floor, right knee above the right heel. Now we try to avoid having the right knee bent beyond the right heel, as this position creates a lot of pressure and stress in your knee joint. Think about pulling the front foot towards the back isometrically to activate the front hamstrings so it won't move, but you deliberately try to get it moved from within. Now let's look at the back leg. The target of Warrior 1 pose is the back legs hips extension on the left side with a minimal internal rotation, almost neutral on the left hip. We push down firmly on the outer edge of the left foot, lift the quadricep, the thigh muscle up to engage the leg and protect the knee. Now, in which direction should I point my left toes? Most of the time, teachers would say something like 45 degrees out towards the left side, but whether it is 45 or 30 or 60 depends on how open or tight your hips are. If your hips are tight but you're trying to point the toes out too much, you're going to end up twisting your left knee, which is definitely not advisable, given that your knee joint is a hinge joint. It's not a ball and socket structure and it can be twisted. So point your toes out where you feel comfortable in your hip and knee joints while trying to square your hip by sending your left hip forward and right hip back ever so lightly. From here, inhale, draw the navel in, raise your arms above your head, and exhale, dip the hips down just a little bit without sending the right knee beyond the right heel. There are a few spine variations you can take in your full warrior pose. First, you can keep a straight back with your arms extended straight up towards the ceiling. Chin parallel to the floor, eyes looking forward. Remember to not lift the shoulders too much closer to the ears. Second option, you can introduce a shoulder opening by bringing your upper arms slightly behind your ears towards the back. Keep looking forward. Palms could be apart or together. In this variation, you start to create a slight back bend with your shoulders flexion. And the third option incorporated a deeper back bend into the pose. As you raise your arms up, look up towards the ceiling. Start to squeeze your glutes, and hug your thighs into the center line as you extend your neck while pointing your fingers towards the sky and dipping the hips down a little more.
Hey, thanks for watching. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, whatever it is, please leave them in the comments area below. And while you're at it, why don't you like the video and subscribe to our channel as well. Now move on to other asana breakdown. Warrior 2, Warrior 3, Reverse Warrior, Humble Warrior, Resting Warrior, all the warriors that are good for you. And while you're doing that, remember, it's not about how you look, it's about how you feel. Bye for now.